Hi everyone, this is my Google interactive quiz template. Just so you can see what this is like for students, I'm going to put it in present mode. Um, you may not be able to see the whole screen now. Okay, but in present mode, all these hyperlinks, the blue, excuse me, will take you to different options, and when they click on the correct one, then it will take them to the next question. If they click on an incorrect, then it will take them back to the question so they can try again until they get to the correct answer. So you would use this in a situation where you want students to try to learn the information or they're reviewing the information and you want them to have feedback about wrong answers, but you don't want to have to retype all of that feedback, or you don't want to have to be available for them to answer questions, but they're still getting the immediate feedback. You obviously have to type it all up. So I've created this template which has 20 questions all listed here. And you can just use what you want. You can, cut off the end of the slides uh, if you make your own copy of this. Um, but when you would go in, you go into question one, you type your question up here, or you type your question here. Then in your answers, this is kind of a tricky thing, but these answers all have hyperlinks, and you don't want to have to redo those. So generally, what I do is I'll start typing in here, and then I'll go back and delete and then delete from over here so that I don't have to change those links. Because if you delete too much, then you're going to have to fix your links, and that's really, really time consuming and annoying. So if I were you, I would just try to start editing in the middle of a word so you don't mess up those links. And then you go in and just explain what's wrong about the option that they chose. So you could do this really in any class. In a math class, you might be able to use your snipping tool and just have a picture of a question over here and then the answers. And then you could do your explanations in here. Now you'd have to anticipate what they would get wrong, like maybe leaving out a negative sign or something like that, and try to describe that so that when they go back in, they're more likely to get the right answer. Um, so this is just one option that you could use. Um, if you have this and you like it and you want to make more of them, you just go click on make a copy and make a copy of the entire presentation. Then you'll have another version of it that you can retitle and use for another purpose. Also, when you're putting this into when you're putting it into as a link into On Campus, you want to go ahead and copy this link. But when you get the link, like up here, it says edit slide, you want to delete all of that and type in present. So let's just show you what that looks like. I copy this, and then I'm going to open a new tab, and I will put it in there, but I'm going to delete this and type in present, and then it will just give me this view without all of the answers on the side. So that's really important because otherwise students will be able to see the answers. And now it just goes through. Now students could, if they wanted to, they could use the arrows down here or the arrows on their keyboard. So it does take a little pre-teaching that they have to click on the blue. So I guess I could put that in the beginning, always click on the blue, don't use the arrows. But that's a nice way for them to get that immediate feedback without your needing to be available 24/7. Another problem with this is that you don't get the data. You don't get a record of their answers. You could ask them. That could be an assignment. How many did you get wrong or right? Keep track on your own. Or you could just use this and then have a similar on-campus assessment and tell them to use the interactive quiz until they're getting 90% right, and then take the real quiz. Really a lot of different ways you could try to use something like this. I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, obviously email me and I'll try to answer them.